watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Happening now at 6, covering the entire DMV. A missing woman murdered in Virginia. The suspect just arrested after the 30-year-old was found. The latest details in that case. Plus, closer to catching a killer, possibly in Charles County. Arena drama heats up. DC's top prosecutor arguing that owners of the Capitals and Wizards must stay put for another 2 decades. We're hearing from both sides on that contentious battle. And Orioles owner dies. Peter Angelos, longtime owner of the Birds, dead at 94. His legacy after fighting to keep the O's in Charm City.
And the rain's moved out, but the cold and the wind are moving in. Tonight's and Sunday's forecast for you coming up in just a few moments.
All right, Scott, thank you. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 6 this Saturday evening. I'm Ben Dennis. We begin tonight in Prince William County. Police say that they have arrested a man in Newport News connected to the murder of a Woodbridge woman. Police say that family members of 30-year-old Tatiana Cooks were concerned over her welfare after she did pick up her child from childcare. Police learned that the woman's car was being driven by an acquaintance, 28-year-old Brendan White, who was later identified as the suspect in Newport News. Then, while police were investigating in the area where the woman lives on Stevenson Court, they found a trash collection truck where her body was later found. The investigation indicated that White was involved in Cook's death. He is now being charged with murder. Meantime, after a days-long manhunt, an 18-year-old is now in custody in connection to the shooting death of a 14-year-old Wakefield High School student. That shooting happened outside of a hotel in Herndon Wednesday. Police say it stemmed from a fight. They also say that the suspected shooter, Ismael Cruz Del Cid, and the victim knew each other. Officers say that they got a call from the suspect's attorney last night, who arranged to turn him into police. He faces second-degree murder, gun, and drug charges. Fairfax County School Superintendent is making counselors available at Wakefield High if students need them. Over in Charles County, Maryland, the sheriff's office there says that they've identified the body of a woman who was found murdered almost 25 years ago. Back in 1988, police found an unidentified woman lying in a field near Irving Road and Route 301 in Belle Alton. Her identity remained a mystery for a quarter of a century until police were able to ID her as LaQuanda Denise Williams. That's after a family member sent photos and DNA samples to police after they saw a local news report. The case is being investigated as a homicide. Detectives are pursuing leads. Our Dave Laval is headed to where she was found. He'll be live at 9 o'clock. DC Fire and EMS battled this massive trash fire last night at the waste disposal station. Officials responded there on John McCormick Road in Northeast near the Fort Totten Metro Station. We're told that the fire did not impact any nearby buildings. No injuries have been reported. Time is 6:03. Your headlines: some cold, some wind out there, but heck, we've got a rainy morning in the DMV that we were looking at. Scott Sumner standing by with a look at the forecast. Scott, bring us up to speed.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see now that live camera there. No rain in the forecast. This is what it looked like, though, 12 hours ago. Everybody was seeing some rain from the mountains right down into the District of the Bay there. That has now moved north and into Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey, and upstate New York. But here's some rain amounts for you. Lexington Park, over 2.5 inches there. Annapolis, about 2.25. Leesburg, 1.79 inches. D.C., a little over an inch and a half. About an inch and a half at Dale City. A little under that at Frederick, and Martinsburg coming in at not quite an inch, but about 0.8 of an inch, nearly 0.9 of an inch there. Right now, like I said in the tease just a few moments ago, the rain's gone, but the wind's moved in. And here it is, north-northwest at 22 miles an hour. That's a sustained wind with a temperature of 50 degrees out there. Overcast skies are being seen, and this is what it actually has as a wind gust here in the district. 37 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour at Manassas. So, yeah, pretty blustery out there as we speak, coming in for the north and the west and behind that front, which gave us all that rain earlier this morning. Temperatures are also going to take a dip. We're seeing 50 now, but the 50s are going to drop into the 40s and eventually by the midnight hour into the 30s. And there after midnight, hold down around that frosty mark of 33 degrees here in the district. And when you factor in that the winds will still be blowing, even though the feels like planner shows a 41-degree temperature is what it feels like at 6. It'll feel like the 20s by the midnight hour, upper 20s and lower 20s here by around 6 o'clock. And here's the actual numbers: 45 at 8, 43 at 9. And 42 at 10. We'll talk about Sunday's forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Ben.
All right, Scott, thank you. Meantime, folks in the district Leaving makeshift memorials outside of the Russian embassy in Northwest tonight. That's after yesterday's mass shooting and fire just outside of Moscow, where at least 133 people were killed at the concert hall, marking the deadliest attack in that country in years. Russia is continuing to investigate after detaining 11 suspects. ISIS has claimed responsibility. Developing now, longtime Baltimore Orioles owner Peter Angelos has died at the age of 94 after being ill for several years, according to his family. Angelos' death comes as his son John is in the process of selling the Orioles. Angelos purchased the team for $173 million in 1993, at the time the highest for a sports franchise. Our Brandy Flores will have more on this developing story later in sports. In other sports news, DC's Attorney General says that the Washington Capitals and Wizards cannot move out of the nation's capital until 2047. The AG says that Monumental Sports would be violating their existing contract with the city if they move the teams to Alexandria. The letter offers DC's latest case against Monumental's push to play across the river. Drama has only ensued since Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin and Caps and Wizards owner Ted Leonsis announced that Alexandria Arena project last year. Monumental's lease originally ended in 2027, but DC's AG now says that City Council expressly conditioned public financing to renovate the arena through bonds back in 2007, and so that the team would stay at Capital One through 2047, also saying that that bond agreement doesn't allow Monumental to revoke the lease once they paid off those bonds. Under the valid and enforceable terms, the AG says, of the 2007 legislation, Monumental Sports and Entertainment is obligated to keep the Wizards and Caps through 2047. But Monumental Sports questions the Attorney General's letter, saying an amendment from the original lease allows them to pay off bonds and then revoke the lease, an amendment ratified in 2019. And the Attorney General's letter sends a clear message to Monumental saying that the teams cannot contractually leave, in his mind. A local legal expert is now weighing in on the significance of this letter.
I think for the Attorney General to get involved in a matter like this, a matter of public interest and concern, that means it's very serious. And I mean, quite frankly, why now? Why the letter now?
The AG said that Mayor Muriel Bowser's $500 million offer to renovate Capital One Arena still stands. In an op-ed in the Washington Post just last month, Bowser had argued Monumental to consider that offer and says the city would enforce the lease terms if necessary. Moving on, WMATA says that several stations will close starting in June for upgrades and renovations. DC News Now's Kevon Dupree spoke with passengers who have some concerns about what that would mean for their community.
There are 5 stations on Metro's Red Line that will be closed this summer while improvements are being made, which has county officials and commuters worried about how this will impact commute times.
Yeah, it'll be a pretty major inconvenience. A lot of people use it. It's a major conduit.
Metro passengers hearing for the first time that Red Line stations at Glenmont, Wheaton, Forest Glen, Silver Spring, and Tacoma will go offline starting in June.
I guess I have to look into it because if there are accommodations for people who take the Red Line, then it shouldn't be a problem.
WMATA will provide accommodations, shuttle buses for Red Line passengers to ride. Montgomery County leaders recently penned a letter to WMATA and the Maryland Department of Transportation trying to ensure these shuttles cause minimal disruptions for people's commutes.
We want to see expanded MARC service. We want to see expanded opportunities for transit. We want to reduce the fees and the transit fares to zero.
County officials say it's imperative that they work with transportation officials to make sure the word gets out about these closures as soon as possible.
We've been talking with WMATA about how to get the word out and planning those activities for late this spring and in the first few weeks of the summer before the shutdowns occur.
Passengers say this will be a drastic change, but they'll simply have to make adjustments.
It's a temporary inconvenience. I mean, you just have to be patient, and as long as it's for the better, it's an upgrade. So
WMATA says they will release detailed shuttle plans for the impacted area on April 1st. Reporting in Silver Spring, I'm Kevon Dupree, DC News Now.